despots have control over the clans and the system. Governments throughout the world not only try to brainwash the people to believe in their policy, but also employ research analysts to measure the effect of the brainwashing. What people want out of life. Most of us want to live an honest life, and abide by moral values so not to interfere with our fellow beings. Most men want a good job and the funds and wealth to support a good, kind, loving wife. Most women want to start a family and be supported by a kind, loving husband. We do not want war, poverty, or anything nasty to affect our lives. We want to live in a peaceful country, without crime, without military rule. We are not too worried who administrates our ideal world, only that they do it well and without affecting us too much. But to the human wolves, we have become cannon fodder, easy led by half-lies and wide-toothy grins. Our politicians find it more important to win cross-political arguments than to serve the people that elected them. When it's time to vote, we find we are limited to choice. Whoever gets elected forgets most of the promises made prior to their election. Or we have no say in any issue as a dictator has elected himself as our leader. We are then indoctrinated into believing what a wonderful nation we live in and how wonderful or what good work our leaders doing. The brainwashing of our ancestor, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The Torah, Old Testament, was the first law book, Moses being one of the first to create religious laws. The gravest threat for breaking the laws of Moses was the stoning to death penalty. The 12 tribes were being unruly and were the followers of many religious cults, and the crime rate was high. Boogery, rape, robbery, incest and tribal augments were the norm. Then Moses went up into the mountain and met with God, Yahweh. He came back with the clay tablets that gave invention to a new religion. The 10 golden rules, called the 10 Commandments, that now form the backbone for Semitic, Islamic, and Christian religions. Moses, under God's instruction, then went into great lengths in formulating 613 or so new commandments, laws, that created a new order, a new status quo. Each of the new laws were stated to be the so-called wishes of God. It would be ironic if this new religion was just Moses' propaganda to get 12 unruly tribes to toe the line and to act within the civilized manner, to then accept him as their new and only leader, a dictator of whom spoke to this new all-powerful God. A God that had assured the Jews that they were the chosen people and that their survival was assured, and he, Moses, being the only one able to communicate with God direct, that his word was God's. Approximately 4,000 years or so later, after many more scrolls, relating to history and magic, wars and the views of prophets, a new religion appears, with a kinder, less jealous God of whom wants everybody to share heaven with him. Seemingly he does not care if people eat pork or that people pray to idols, saints, and forgives all atonable sins. The Semitic religious brainwashing had been adapted to meet with the new ideology of the Christians. The unforgiving, jealous, strict God that had guided the Jewish nation for centuries had decided to have a human offspring with magical powers and seeming communist point of view. Wouldn't it be ironic to suspect that Jesus was insurgent religious and political leader of a Jewish freedom group trying to oust the Romans from the Holy Land? Is there a possibility that Jesus Christ's real father was a Roman soldier? At that time, unmarried mothers were punished and sometimes stoned to death. Within the Jewish community, a virgin birth claim was an accepted way of escaping cruel punishment. Roman soldiers were known to have raped young Jewish girls. This factor has been recorded by Roman historians.